Hi guys, thanks for joining me again. If you're new to my channel, welcome. My name is Anne, and on my channel I review foreign international content. Today I'm back to review this excellent South Korean series called Hairaki. I know it's been a minute, I miss you guys, but there wasn't much going on with Korean dramas, right? I think we only had that Frankly Speaking, which is kind of cute, but nothing that would hold our attention until this one dropped yesterday, and I was like, wow. And I actually thought we were only getting 2 episodes and then next weekend, but oh no, they dropped the whole 7 episodes of the series. They're about an hour long. It also offers dabbing if you don't like reading subtitles, but like I always say, it's better to listen in the language of origin, just because the acting just comes through. But whoa, what an interesting show. At first when I saw it, I was like, oh, this is giving me, remember the show we watched, Sky Castle, or there was another one, I think it was called Green Moms Club. It's about these kids who want to go to these prestigious schools, and they are always competitive and fighting to get into these schools. So I thought this was the same thing, but oh, this is a little bit different. So in this case, what we have is kids who go to private schools, this prestigious school, and there's a hierarchy, because in the middle of all that, we have kids that come to this school that came through scholarship, meaning your parents are not wealthy, but you're really smart, so you've been given a chance to come study with the rich, smart kids, I guess. And unfortunately, classism comes in all the worst ways possible. Oh my gosh. So we meet Ryan, who, let's just say his grandfather, I don't know, great grandfather, started the school. They're rich, just filthy rich. He's the heir to the business that's run by his mother and the school. So really, he walks in that school and everybody knows it's his. So even the teachers are just like, Ryan, what do you want, Ryan? The principal, the way she would just accommodate him for everything is just crazy. And then they've created this culture of like, we, the kids who are rich, they wear the red ties. But if you came to that school through a scholarship, they give you a blue tie. I'm like, what a way to make you feel yourself inferior. Like they don't know they're poor, they know they're poor. Do they need to be separated? So as soon as you see the blue tie, you're like, oh, you came in through a scholarship, meaning your family is not rich. But us in the red ties, we are the real rich kids, right? And so let's just say there's a hierarchy, meaning the kids who came through scholarship know their place, and the kids who definitely are rich being brought in with, I don't know, I mean, he comes in, Rian comes to school in a Maybach. I'm like, what? And then the other one comes in G-Wagon. I mean, this filthy rich kids, right? So anyway, let's just say the scholarship kids learn very quickly. We just need to kind of keep our heads down to kind of survive here, because we're here on their dime, or by charity is the reason why we're here. And unfortunately, what it does is creates an environment of bullying, and the kids who came in through scholarships are being bullied by these kids who are rich, and that was tough to watch until Kang Ha shows up. Now, the reason why he shows up is, as the first episode starts, we see this kid who definitely looks like he's being bullied. He's trying to run away, and as he's trying to run away, he's calling someone and then gets hit by a car and dies. So when that kid dies, let's just say Kang Ha decides to enroll into the school, and he's here to find out what happened to that kid. Now, if you have not watched, I don't want to tell you who that kid is related to Kang Ha. You have to keep watching. You will find out why he decided to enroll and why he wants to find out the truth. But in the middle of all that, he gets to know Jae, who is the girlfriend to Rian. And what we found out is Rian and Jae have always been like this, the boyfriend-girlfriend. But then she disappeared and has been gone for 3 months to the US and just came back. And Rian is like, how could you just disappear, ghost me, and never tell me what's going on? And when she comes back, she's like, let's break it off. So let's just say I did feel sorry for Rian, like, wow, like, why are you ghosting me? What did I do wrong? He's trying to apologize, and she's like, she wants nothing to do with it. And I have to say, at first, when I heard that she was gone for 3 months and came back, I was like, I don't want to say what I thought it was, because at the end, it was what I thought it was. I was like, I bet you that's why she went and came back. She had to go take care of something and come back. and you have to watch to see what she went and took care of, and then now doesn't want anything to do with Rian, and obviously it's bothering him. Now, it's interesting how they explain the story in the fact that the two of them have bonded from, they grew up in the same area, obviously, as kids, but they bonded in the fact that they both feel the pressures of their parents, who are very rich companies, all that stuff, and the pressure of the fact that you have to be almost the one who's going to take over when I'm gone. And for that reason, you need to do everything like I say. And the pressures of that constantly, you know, she has to behave like her dad wants her to behave. Her dad was so mean. Apparently the mother, Rian's mother, was not the best. So he always throws up in her face, like, look, you're behaving like your mother. You know, just all kinds of stuff like that. And she's become this depressed, never smiles kind of person, you know. And Rian is also feeling the same pressure in the fact that the mother constantly reminds him, you're my successor. You're going to inherit all this, you know, because she kicked away the husband. And so he is the successor, and he's constantly reminded that by the mother, who, by the way, is never there because she's constantly, you know, flying out of the country or whatever for business. And there was one point he goes, you know, I'm only 18. Once in a while, it'd be nice to have my mother. And the way the mother was like, don't you not have enough servants that are not meeting your needs? Like, you got like 18 of them. They're here to serve you. And I'm like, lady, you're missing the point. It doesn't matter how many people you hire. They will never replace the mother. And I don't think she was getting that. And so you have to keep watching, because his relationship with his mother is really sad, because he's constantly feeling that weight and the pressure, and the mom sometimes just never seeing her son for who he is, and almost like, can you accommodate his wants and needs sometime? And the craziest thing is, Rian and J.E., although they date, they can never tell their parents that they dated, because both the families are rivals. They really don't see eye to eye. So for that reason, there's no way they could even see their families coming together and becoming, you know, a family together. Which one of the guys was like, if your families join together, I mean, you guys could probably rule South Korea. Your dad and his mom, really, you guys are very wealthy, right? You could really rule South Korea, but it sounds like they're enemies. So that's why Rian and J.E. could never let the parents know that they're that. And then in the middle of all that, they have their friends. We have Hera, who is like mean girl. And I just thought it was interesting what happened to her dad, and that kind of brings her down. I appreciated that. Then you got Woonji, who is sleeping with the teacher, and then he also loves Hera, and just a mess. And then we got the principal, who clearly her needs is pretty much to take care of Rian. And the mother has made sure to have the principal taping every step of Rian and wherever he's going. So that was just crazy. And then in the middle of all that, the principal, Hassan, is also in that school through scholarship. So the fact that the mother is running the school, but he also can see the things that the mother is doing that are not good and allowing this bullying situation. It's almost like the adults refuse to see what's happening to these kids that have scholarships. But let's just say when Kang Ha shows up and he is like, I don't care, I'm a scholarship kid. I am not going to bow to these kids just because they think they're richer than us. He's like, I'm smart, I'll beat every one of you. And his job there is to go find out what happened to that kid who was killed. And then obviously he also sees what happens in the school where there's a lot of bullying going on. And so he's trying to expose that. So you have to watch to see what becomes of that. And then in the middle of all that, he actually kind of falls in love for J.E., which was very interesting, because at the time when J.E. is trying to break away from Rian, it's almost like she's using Kang Ha to make him jealous. So that was interesting. Like that one point when he walks and kisses her, I was like, oh no. But as you watch it, you could tell Rian and J.E. always had that special thing. Their relationship was genuinely a genuine relationship. It's just that the pressures of their parents was crazy. That being said, it's not an excuse for the kind of bullying that they allowed to go on in that school, because they were the hierarchy. They were the head. So meaning they decided who gets to be bullied and who didn't get to be bullied, who's protected and who's not protected. But you have to see what Kang Ha does. Now, at the end of episode 7, I'm like, it looked like it was well wrapped. But then as you watch the credits go, and I say keep watching to the end, because they throw in this situation where we see there's another kid who's found hurt. There's blood everywhere. It actually looks like it's the principal's son from what I would see. And then everybody's like, oh my gosh, what happened here? And then it ends like that. And I'm like, ooh, are we being teed up for a sequel? Because I'm here for it. I am here for the sequel to find out now what's that. And then now we also have a new principal, because you have to watch to see what happens to the principal that was there and when things start to come out. But all in all, a really excellent show. Very binge worthy. Ooh, once you start one episode, I was so glad they really released all the episodes, because this is one of those that you want to binge. Because once episode 1 was over, I'm like, no, I can't wait. And then I'm like, wait, there's another episode. And then I looked and I'm like, oh, there's 7 of them all here. And I'm glad it was 7. It wasn't like 16 episodes. So this is definitely binge worthy. And like I said, if you don't like listening to the subtitles or in their language, there's dubbing and it's pretty good. I did kind of check to see how it was. It was pretty good. But just a fantastic series. I had to jump on here and say, you've got to watch Hairaki. That was very well done. I loved it all. The music, the scenery, you know, the way these people are so rich. They really, you know, they really show how rich they are. I mean, they're giving teachers bags of MS bags. I'm like, wow, okay, we're talking like the rich of the rich. So very well done. So I hope you get a chance to watch it. If you watched it, let me know in the comment section what you thought about it. I'll be back next week. I believe we have a new one coming up. It's called The Whirlwind. That looks good. Look like political or something like that. That looks really, really good. Also, I believe Bridgerton Part 2 also comes back next week. So I shall be back. But as usual, if you do like my video, give me a like, subscribe. It does help you support my channel. And I'll see you next week. Deuces.